California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city's homeless encampments unacceptable, which is odd since he's the guy who, made them acceptable, turning sidewalks into red carpet events for drug addicts, thieves, and unemployed CNN anchors. On Monday, he urged cities to ban the camps from sidewalks, parks, and other public areas. So after years of denying the problem, he's now pretending to fix it, which is like putting on a condom as you're leaving a whorehouse. Newsom is fed up with tent cities, the crime, the urban decay. No, he's not mad about that stuff. He's mad you noticed. It's like a criminal telling a jury he's sorry he robbed 25 banks when he's just sorry he got caught on the 26th. Because this isn't some spontaneous crisis. It's a man-made disaster like Chernobyl or Fox and Friends. And
California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city's homeless encampments unacceptable, which is odd since he's the guy who, made them acceptable, turning sidewalks into red carpet events for drug addicts, thieves, and unemployed CNN anchors. On Monday, he urged cities to ban the camps from sidewalks, parks, and other public areas. So, after years of denying the problem, he's now pretending to fix it, which is like putting on a condom as you're leaving a WH house. Greg Gutfeld just torched Gavin Newsom's political mask. And all that's left is singed ego and way too much hair gel. This wasn't just a roast. It was a precision strike. Gutfeld came in swinging, and what he left behind was pure rubble. No spin, no escape, just Newsom publicly unraveled like a poorly tailored suit. The impact echoed like a siren through every liberal bubble. Gutfeld ripped through Newsom's double standards, mocked his polished image, and stomped on his golden boy policies like they were a joke. So Nome is fed up with tent cities, the crime, the urban decay. No, he's not mad about that stuff. He's mad you noticed. It's like a criminal telling a jury he's sorry he robbed 25 banks when he's just sorry he got caught on the 26th. Because this isn't some spontaneous crisis. It's a man-made disaster like Chernobyl or Fox and Friends. Applause. And in the punchline, Newsom himself, the man looked stunned, frozen mid-blink like someone just unplugged his teleprompter. This wasn't politics as usual. This was a broadcast beat down. And guess what? That was just the opening. Picture it. The studio lights blazing, audience grinning, coffee mug in hand. Gutfeld walks out with that smirk. Not just any smirk. The kind that says someone's career is about to get wrecked. You could feel it in the air. This wasn't set up for a few laughs or casual sarcasm. Nah, tonight was different. Tonight, Greg Gutfeld came fully loaded. No filter, no mercy, no script, just sharp truth and sharper punchlines. And the unlucky target, Gavin Newsom, California's crown prince of perfectly polished politics, standing dead center in Gutfeld's crosshairs. He never saw it coming. Took a common sense as his high ground. There's no place outside of it. That's right. And so they're stuck in this horrible, horrible place. Much like you, Jamie, and your life. As California falls apart, it must remind you somewhat of your own personal life. Yeah. Sometimes I look at footage of California. I go, oh, look how much better it is than my life. Gavin Newsom. Oh yeah, the man with hair so flawless it could get its own campaign manager. The guy struts into press conferences like he's auditioning for a Gucci ad. All smirks and angles, like the cameras are always rolling. It's not politics. It's Fashion Week with policy notes. He walks around like the poster boy for progress. But behind that sleek suit is a whole pile of chaos stacking up like ignored eviction notices. Homelessness, crime, exodus of residents, all swept behind him like a red carpet train he pretends no one can see. And Greg Gutfeld, he didn't just mention it, he tore into it with the sharpness of a man done playing polite. This wasn't like comedy. This was a comedic hit job wrapped in truth. Gutfeld ripped Newsom's Mr. Clean image apart like it was a fake Hollywood script. Dramatic, overdone, and begging for a rewrite. Why do I keep bringing up Gavin? Well, other than my respect for his work in American Psycho, he's starting to distance himself from his party's worst ideas. Noom, a guy who hates fossil fuels but could still bring down the price of gas by wringing out his hair, once proclaimed that his state would be a sanctuary to all who seek it. Then people actually came. Let's rewind for a sec. Newsom's been skating by on that golden boy leftist energy for way too long. He flashes that Colgate smile, drops all the right buzzwords like he's pitching a TEDx talk, and walks like California's his own personal movie set. But while he's busy curating aesthetics, the real California, the one outside his filtered press shots, has been crumbling. And guess what? Gutfeld came ready to expose the cracks. He wasn't letting that phony perfection act slide another second. So when Gutfeld hit the stage that night, you could feel the shift. No warm-up, no sugar-coating. He wasn't here to play nice anymore. The vibe was electric. Like everyone knew something brutal was about to drop. And it did. Fast. Gutfeld didn't ease in. He launched into Newsom with a barrage of truth so sharp it could have sliced right through that inflated ego like butter. He ripped off the shiny PR mask and showed everyone what's been hiding underneath. A California that looks more like a cautionary tale than a model state. The so-called paradise that Newsom loves bragging about. You conflate order with authoritarianism, you get chaos and destruction. So if restoring order is evil, then the Dems are now the party of disorder. Turns out the only system they had was wokeism, and it rotted any basic principles the party had to begin with. Which is why, like a bit himself, they're left looking at 2028's hopes going up in flames. And this time, no one is going to help them put it out. Yeah, it's got sidewalks that double as open-air embassies, endless rows of tents lining the streets, and taxes so high Elon Musk basically grew jet engines and dipped straight to Texas. And the crime Gutfeld didn't need dramatic effects. The stats screamed louder than any joke. Stores are now glass graveyards thanks to smash and grabs. Carjackings, they've become so normal they might as well be listed on Uber. And while all of that's happening, while Californians are just trying to survive, Gavin Newsom's out here lecturing other states on freedom and good governance. Seriously, that's when Gutfeld cranked it to max heat. He called it exactly what it was, not just hypocrisy, but straight-up performance art. And Newsom, just another overpaid actor fumbling through his lines, while the whole set burns behind him. Gutfeld didn't hold back. He painted the scene like a master of savage comedy. Problem is his track record, his performance as mayor, as lieutenant governor and governor. And your analogies are great. I think mine are better. And just hold on. And here's why. He shows up at the fires and says, "Who the hell caused this? I'm going to crack down on the people responsible." He sees the homeless encampments blocking the sidewalks and said, "You guys clean that up." He started it. He spent $3 billion to fix it. And his opening words in 2020 when it got the job is a disgrace. The richest state in the country and the richest nation of the world has a homeless problem. I will fix it. He spends $1 billion when it's not fixed. He blames the mayors, and he also forced the movie industry and Silicon Valley out of the best state in the country by high taxes. I've never seen someone such a bad performance. But yet, I think he's the front runner for get the nomination for the Democratic Party. Yeah, it's true. It's true. They got nobody else. Sherrod, welcome back. Picture this. Gavin Newsom standing at a podium, voice full of righteous fury, scolding Florida for banning books. While back in California, kids can barely read above their grade level. The irony off the charts. And there he is again, wagging his finger at Texas for their abortion laws. Meanwhile, his own streets are packed with fentanyl, trash, and people the system clearly forgot. You could almost hear the crowd holding back laughter as Gutfeld laid it all out. But he didn't yell. He didn't rant. He came in smooth with that signature sarcasm, the kind that hits way harder than rage ever could. Then boom came the COVID era. This was Newsom's moment, his big stage, his personal spotlight. And Gutfeld, he painted it all with brutal clarity. California's middle class was disappearing faster than a bottle of sanitizer in a heat wave. Small businesses crushed, doors locked for good. But over in the hills, the Hollywood and tech elite were living it up, sipping champagne behind gates while the rest of the state fell apart. And there was Gavin, still grinning, still camera ready, hair stiff as ever, as if the pain and chaos were just cinematic props for his next campaign reel. But here's the thing. Gutfeld wasn't just cracking jokes. Oh no, he was tearing down the illusion brick by polished brick. So last week, Newsom said he hopes the conservative Supreme Court will overturn the current law that bans his state from removing out of control homeless encampments. Imagine that. Well, what did you expect, Gavin? That the sanctuary seekers were going to show up in Winnebago. Once again, another example of a high-profile lib using his big mouth to write a check his ass can't cash. Last year, after the Texas Governor Abbott ordered that parents of transitioning children should face criminal investigation, Newsom then tweeted this: "Trans kids and their families should be celebrated, not targeted by the state. They are heroes. And so to fearful families in Texas right now, California's door is always open to you." Gutfeld came with a point. Why? It wasn't pretty. It was brutal, cold, and real. Because Newsom, he's not just some slick-talking politician with too many photo ops. He's the face of a state people are running from. Not because they want to, but because they have to. Families are packing up their lives out of desperation. Businesses that once bragged about their California roots, gone. Escaping to anywhere that won't charge them a fortune just to keep the lights on. Even the ride-or-die locals, the ones who stuck it out through blackouts and tax hikes, have started whispering, "How the hell did we get here?" And Gutfeld, he didn't miss a beat. He pointed that spotlight right at the guy holding the mic, Gavin Newsom.